Welcome back to the YF Avengers channel. Before watching this video, there are still many other interesting videos, so don't miss it. To enjoy videos on this channel, please subscribe, like and comment. Thank you. The Marine Corps narrowly missed the mark when the MV-22B Osprey landed near its parking lot on the flight deck of the amphibious transport dock. The aircraft hung amidships aft of the ship, but the crew and 22 passengers were safely evacuated and the aircraft stuck to the ship as it returned to port. The Marines see a nightmarish version of the plane's scenario, facing a heavy fall. The same and fell short of the flight deck, unable to reach enough of the ship and plunged into the water. The investigation outlines a complex but low-risk mission. The Marine Corps determined the plane crashed for facing down too much and not having the urge to hold it. But the plane may also be carrying too much weight, a Defense Department official told USNI News. Naval Systems Command engineers have looked at the effect of downwash on the landing craft and the amount of power required by the Osprey to overcome the downwash and land safely, and have since made a few adjustments as to how much weight the Osprey can carry on approach to U.S. ships at sea to ensure they have the power needed to land, the official said. The investigation report makes clear that no one was at fault in the incident and that all 3 personnel died in the line of duty and not due to misconduct. The missions are complex, challenging and involve flying in and out of highly congested operational areas. Carrying out this mission requires detailed planning and superior technical performance. The Marines manning the plane that crashed were mission-capable, fully trained and qualified. The plane crash sounded mechanically, wrote 1st Marine Aircraft Wing Commander Major General Thomas Widley in his endorsement of the investigative report. The report went on to note that the personnel involved, whose names have been changed, were all qualified and medically fit for flight duty. The pilots and crew members maintained at least 8 hours of crew rest the night before the crash and showed no indication of fatigue or stress leading up to the flight crash. It reads, and also then notes that the personnel involved are up to date, their certification, and no one has ever been involved in an accident before. The plane involved was also a newer airframe, with only 203 flight hours and not even old enough to undergo a major overhaul. The Osprey was part of a 3-plane formation involved in a busy day of simulated embassy reinforcements, non-combatant evacuation missions, mass casualty drills, and logistics moves. On the day of the accident, the injured Osprey flew from the amphibious assault ship USS Bonhomme Richard, LHD-6, to the beach at Raspberry Creek to drop in embassy reinforcements. To deliver cargo and a passenger, returned to Bonhomme Richard, participated in a mass casualty exercise while on board, delivered mass casualty personnel ashore to Raspberry Creek. Returned with the other passengers back to Bonhomme Richard, made one more run down Raspberry Creek and returned to the big deck amphibious. And finally made his final trip to Raspberry Creek to pick up non-combatant evacuation personnel before heading to Green Bay, where the fatal accident occurred. As the Osprey approached Green Bay, it initially encountered problems connecting to the ship's tactical air navigation signal and receiving guidance from the ship's air traffic controller. After the final approach, Osprey switched its radio to launch and ground frequencies. It was set to land at Spot 5 in Green Bay and followed the correct procedures to do so, according to the report.